What is up, YouTube? This is your boy Armaret, and now that Tomb Raider is out, I'm excited. I'm going to get into the single player and the multiplayer, so I decided to give you a little sneak peek of what's to come in the multiplayer. So first we'll look at character selection. So the survivors, you have Alex, who kind of reminds you of Harry Potter, Jonah, Liam, Roth, Samantha, Oren, Reyes, Stephanie, Victor, Whitman, the pilot, and Laura. And as you can see, as you level up and you get money, it looks like you'll be able to pump them in and buy new characters. And then for the actual loadouts, they give you two different loadouts, one for the survivors and one for the Solaris. And for the survivors, it's two completely different sets of weapons and attachments. So for the primaries, you can either have the pump action shotgun, the submachine gun, the combat shotgun, the modified submachine gun, the survival recurve bow, the combat rifle, the fully automatic shotgun, the light machine gun, and then each of these is actually, you get 3 projectile upgrades and 3 attachment upgrades, and each one of those is strictly dependent on your weapon. So as you can see, the difference of what you get between at least the 2 that I have unlocked at this point, which is the rifle and the shotgun, they do change, and then the attachment upgrade changes. And usually the attachment upgrades are along the same lines. You get a zoom, you get extended clip, and then enhanced reload time and or extra damage. So those 6 are fairly constant, though they do change the names a little, and they do change what they affect just a little bit. And then for secondaries, you have your semi-auto pistol, your tactical pistol, your fully automatic pistol, your sawed-off shotgun, and then once again, the projectile upgrades and the attachment upgrades are solely dependent on the weapon you choose, but you do only get 3 of them. You just choose 1 from each of them. So, and each one of them you purchase what appears to be in-game money. And then explosives, you have the grenade, the smoke grenade, the landmine, and the dynamite. The dynamite is similar to the C4, where you throw it, you press a button, and it explodes. Then you get to choose an offensive skill, so you can either get extra XP, increased ammo, increased melee. Upon dying, you turn into a corpse. That could be overpowered. Increased reload speed, decreased time between sprinting, ability to see your enemy's name from farther away who killed you, increases direction, and then increases stability. So that would be kind of nice. And then of course you get 1 survival skill, and this is to help you kind of combat, whether it be extra shotgun shells, extra bullet damage, extra protection from traps and landmines, extra damage from booby traps or fire. So these are kind of, from what I can gather, to kind of help counterbalance some of the more difficult things that they put in the game, such as what would be like the dead man's hand, the explosives. Although I see myself probably running protection against extra bullets. But then you have the Solaris, who would be the counter faction, and their setup is completely different with completely different weapons. So for them, their primaries are either the makeshift longbow, the assault rifle, the Solaris recurve, the trench shotgun, the crossbow, the Marshall rifle, the double barrel shotgun, or the compound bow. And then just like the survivors, as you can see here, you get 3 projectile upgrades and then 3 attachment upgrades that can all be purchased through experience and money, that you then turn around and you can apply to your weapon. And I kind of like how they kept them different, but at the same time I don't, because if my favorite weapon resides in Solaris versus Survival, it's going to stink to have to kind of make that decision. And then you have tactical pistol, marksman, semi-auto. So you only get 3 secondary options for the Solaris team, and then you're mainly firing off ultras, but your explosives are greater. So you get napalm, you get fake ammo box, which acts as like a landmine if they touch it, a flash grenade, a safe bomb, and then a flare gun, which pretty much shows everybody who's near you. I kind of imagine it to be almost like a UAV. And then the offensive skills are the exact same, and the survival skills appear to be the exact same. I got the game late last night, and unfortunately I haven't gotten a chance to play too much of it. As I get my hands on the game. Oh, here's out there, I forgot to mention. there's actually a different set of characters. So those your survivors, and then here is going to be a few seconds. I know I show it. Is going to be the Solaris faction. So yeah, the Scavenger, the Fixer, Vlad, Matthias, the Creeper, Father Matthias, Smoker, Cruiser, or Bruiser, Saboteur, Soldier, Ultra, the General, and I guess I think the Solaris people look cooler versus the survivors, but it should be fun. I should get some multiplayer and single player footage and have it up here tonight. As always, thank you and have a good one.